Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today we're continuing our look at the Transformers Earthrise line with the big guy himself. This is Leader Class Optimus Prime. I picked this figure up off of eBay, but these figures are now showing up more and more at mass retail locations such as Target and Walmart, and I've heard Big Bad Toy Store has gotten its delivery in. With this figure, Hasbro is continuing the line of doing basically Voyager class figures with added accessories. And in this case, we are getting a Voyager class heavily G1 styled cab Optimus Prime with its classic looking trailer, which depending on how you count Power of the Primes, Optimus Prime is really the second time we've gotten a trailer with our Classics, Generations, Universe, what have you, Optimus Primes. It's very nice in that G1 design. I love the blue striping there. So what we'll do is we will pause and take a closer look at the trailer in detail, and then we will look at the figure. So hold on tight. We'll be right back. Okay, so to start off with the trailer, we're going to come on underneath here, and I do have the Ion Blaster stored. You can store it under the trailer. In fact, you can store a couple things, because there's a post here, post there, post there. So you got a lot of options. We're going to put that blaster off to the side. We'll look at it more when we take a look at the Optimus Prime proper. Come in underneath and swing out the little stand right there that will hold the cab upright. Now, I should mention that when you do have the Ion Blaster plugged in underneath, kind of interferes with that stand. I would say make sure you have the stand folded up before you plug the Ion Blaster in, but I don't know how many of you are going to store it there. So the next step is to open up the trailer. Just come around to the sides here and pop it open. And it opens much like the classic trailer of yore. Yeah. I would have preferred, instead of having that stand, if they would have done the old, if you remember, where it would swing out and it would have like panels that would hold up the sides here. I think that would work a little bit better. But you open up the sides, flip down that back section, and then you can extend the drone here and swing out its arms. And there you have the bay opened up. You do have several posts there that you can store weapons and what have you in. There are also a couple different options. This is, one way of having it open. You can, of course, stand it up just like so. And of course, and have Optimus Prime standing there and or laying down and what have you, and having the drone work on it. There is one more feature, and I'm going to bring in hoist for this. If you remember from my hoist review, I mentioned that this little back toe section has the little connector port where you can just slot the that part onto any of the bridge sections, which happen to be right there at the front of the trailer. So you have like a little platform there. Now, unfortunately, there's no other connections on the trailer, so that's really it. But it is a nice little feature. I would say I would connect this with like maybe Ironworks or something and work up a little cityscape or what have you. But yeah, so let's pause real quick, and I'm going to show you one more thing with the trailer, and then we will take a look at Optimus Prime. The trailer does feature two removable sections. First of all, you come back here and remove this back piece. It pegs right in. Ooh, just knock the little spokes down. This can connect to Optimus Prime on his backpack. We'll take that and put it off to the side. And then also right here up front, that little connection section actually slides out, and this will form a shield for Optimus Prime. Other than that, you're done. You can flip this up, close it back up, and peg it back together. Of course, now you have a gaping hole in the back there, but the trailer is ready to continue forward. And connect it back to Optimus Prime. But now we're going to take a look at the trailer. I'm sorry, the cab, and how you transform it. And here's the star of the review itself, Optimus Prime. As you can see, the Ion Blaster can be stored behind the cab here. Well, on the cab in vehicle mode, right behind the front part. So we'll just go ahead and pull that out, and we might as well go ahead and transform it. It does just fold up and then fold out. I do like how it's a little bit based on the Bumblebee movie Voyager Optimus Prime design, where this front grip looks more like a magazine for ammunition. I do feel overall it is a little small for the figure, but I've noticed when it comes to Optimus Prime's Ion Blasters, like in the Cyberverse line with that Deluxe class figure, they have been going a little smaller. I know the Siege Voyager Optimus Prime, that one was a little bit bigger and a little more substantial, but again, that might have been more because of the combat system and making sure it had some interplay with it. So we'll put that just right off to the side. And we will get right into the transformation. The first thing you want to do is come around the legs and fold in these little gas cans here on the side. Next, what you want to do, 1, 2, 3. There are 3 panels on each side that need to be opened up. This will free up the front of the cab from the hitch section. I hope I got that right. I'm sure you'll correct me in the comments, but just do it just like that. And then what you want to do is very slightly tilt the cab forward. That will, this section pegs into the hitch section, so you want to just free that up and then go ahead and fold these panels down into the legs. Then what you'll do is you'll gently pull back on the arm slightly and bring them out, much like in the traditional Optimus Prime transformation. Straighten the arms out, angle them out just to get them out of the way. Continue to bring this section forward just like so. So you've basically straightened out what will be the legs. Right in the back here, you're going to come in, and there's these itty bitty, there's these panels right here that you're just going to fold forward, and that will help form the waist section. I guess at this point you can go ahead and fold the feet out, just like so. A little bit of a tight joint. Next, what you want to do is unpeg that section. Go ahead and rotate this around. Just get it out of the way. Fold it up, and then fold these panels back. And this is actually a cool step of the transformation with Optimus Prime, with how it opens up. So you want to do that, and then flip that section up even further. And what you'll do is you'll just fold, 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 and then fold this up and around, just like that. And by this point, come into the back here. I'm going to flip out his head, just like so, and then fold that back up so it'll peg into place. Then fold it back down and separate the legs. And there you have Optimus Prime transform. So the windows are the same, but there is like a fake ab section. Coming into this side of the arms, go ahead, open that panel, flip out the fists, and yes, we do have the blue fists. Hasbro was able to correct that. Nice metallic finish on them, and there is they are articulated that they can open and close. That's good with posing. But there you have a very nice G1 styled Optimus Prime in robot mode. Let's come in. You can add the Ion Blaster with the hands closed. It'll just peg in just like so. If you so desire, you can then add the shield. This will peg into the arm like that, or on any of the posts on his body. And then coming around the rear section, you can take this backpack, peg it in there. Kind of looks like a little bit of a jetpack section, but it is meant to, in the instructions, it does show extending over and, having those arms out. Those arms, believe it or not, are a little too big to hold weapons. I thought that would be kind of cool if you can armor it up, but, you do have a nice armored Optimus Prime look right there. And one other little feature, let's see if I can get my fingernail in there, is the front does open. And you do have a removable matrix of leadership. That's a nice addition that they've been putting into Optimus Prime. So, yeah, this is a really cool figure. Universal joints in the shoulders and hips. Good bend over 90 degrees at the elbows and knees. And, of course, starting with the Siege line in War for Cybertron, you do have the ankle pivot. Now, there is no full forward and back foot movement, but you can, of course, adjust the toes since those are on individual joints. Now, the question I'm sure a lot of you have is, do I regret getting Masterpiece 44? And to be honest with you, I think I'll answer that in my final thoughts, which we're going to get to right now. So yeah, I've had this figure for a bit. I got it with the rest of the deluxes and stuff. So as you can tell, I've been having a lot of fun transforming it and posing it. So that's why it took a little bit longer to get this review out. Now, to answer the big question, do I regret buying Masterpiece 44? In a way, yes, because this figure basically does, to some extent, what Masterpiece 44 does. This is very close to the animation design of Optimus Prime. Almost, and I will say it's good enough. Obviously, there are some concessions, like having the wheels on the back there, and having the wheels exposed on the side here. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. So yeah, if you want something perfect like that, you're going to go to the Masterpiece line. But other than that, this kind of gives us what we want from a Masterpiece Optimus Prime. A cab robot and a trailer. Now, some of the features from the trailer are missing. There's no roller. I would have preferred if the repair drone had blasters instead of the claws. If we could only get one or the other. That's just me. I do like the fact that you can connect it as a backpack. I think it would have been kind of cool if there was a way to replicate the feature on Masterpiece 44 where you can use it as a stand. So with that said, if you have not bought Masterpiece 44, I really don't see a need to buy it if you're going to get this figure. With that said, if you have Masterpiece 44, yes, there should be some pangs of regret, but keep in mind you are getting a figure that is just that much closer to the animation design and has a few more bells and whistles like the Energon axe, interchangeable heads, stuff like that. And I have to be honest, looking forward with reveals that we have already gotten. RC, I see no real difference between the Generations figure, the Earthrise figure, and the upcoming Masterpiece figure, outside of the fact that you're going to have maybe one removable part on the Earthrise figure. That's really more to keep up with a play feature. Smokescreen. Now, we just got Smokescreen in Siege, but we're getting more of an Earth mode Smokescreen. And down the line, we have a animation accurate version of the previously released Masterpiece Smokescreen coming. That one, again, you're getting a couple extra blast and effect parts to it, but really, what's the difference? And in a way, I kind of see what Hasbro is doing, Hasbro and Takara are doing. They're giving people on a limited budget a way to get the masterpiece-ish look to these figures. Because, I mean, realistically, everybody wants to be able to grab something and buy something and have something that looks like the representation of what's on the cartoon or, the original toys they had. So I'm not sure if that's really a clear, definite yes or no answer. I don't know if I can really give you one. Ultimately, it's up to your collecting habits and your budget. I will say that this figure at the leader price point, with the trailer, I can see it. Without the trailer, I can't. I mean, because this is a figure that's even shorter than some of the previously released Optimus Prime figures. But in terms of the design and the transformation, and as everyone has been saying, parts count is now something you have to figure into the price. Maybe I can sort of see it. I think maybe if this was a little taller figure, I'd be happier with it. Maybe if the trailer did just a little bit more, I'd be okay. But we have to be careful nowadays about waiting for clearance prices on things, because that just may not come. I know myself and other people got bit waiting for Omega Supreme to hit the clearance markets, and it actually never did. So now I think I have to kind of face the fact that I'll probably never get an Omega Supreme. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just here to give you my thoughts and opinions, and ultimately the decision is up to you. I think this is a great figure. I think this is quite possibly the best Earthrise figure of Wave 1, just because of what it does. It's between this and Cliff Jumper, between the ones I have thus far. It is also an early contender for Toy of the Year, but I think Starscream is going to blow it away. So, with all that said, this is your old pal Chuck for Optimus Prime. We will see you next time.